Welcome back to The Explainer. We've got a fantastic one for you today. We're looking at a community initiative that is completely reimagining how we engage with history. For the upcoming America 250 celebrations, the community of Springville is rolling out a program this summer called Red, White, and You Bingo. Looking through the source material, the way they've structured this celebration is just highly effective. It's not some passive history lesson, it's an active, super engaging framework designed to bring people together. So we're going to walk through exactly how this works and see how Springville is connecting the grand, sweeping narrative of America directly to the personal stories of its everyday residents.
So, I want to ask you a question. What if discovering your family's story could be simple, fun, and something you could actually do together? Because honestly, often when we think about family history or genealogy, it can feel a bit daunting, right? It kind of feels like a massive, dusty research project. But Springville's America 250 initiative flips that entirely on its head. They're starting from this foundational idea that America's story actually includes your story. And by framing it exactly like that, they instantly remove the intimidation factor, and they invite literally everyone into a shared, accessible experience.
Okay, let's dive into this, because I need to clarify right off the bat, this isn't traditional bingo. You aren't just sitting in a quiet hall waiting for someone to call out a random letter and number. Instead, this is fundamentally a build-your-own experience. The organizers have designed a totally customizable journey of discovery. The overarching goals here are to discover your family, connect with your community, and ultimately create and share your own story. It's a very active process where you get to take the driver's seat.
And to make that build-your-own experience possible, the program offers an impressive 75 possible activities. That is a massive menu of options. The sheer volume here is very intentional. By providing 75 distinct activities that range across different locations, different difficulty levels, and various interests, the community ensures that there is something for absolutely everyone. Whether you're a hardcore local history buff or someone who has literally never once looked at a family tree, there are activities specifically tailored for you to just jump right in and participate.
But here is how the game mechanics actually work. While there are 75 total options out there in the community, your specific bingo card only has space for 25 numbers. This is key, because it means you don't have to do everything. You get to curate your own unique list of 25 activities from that master list of 75. You basically choose the activities that resonate most with you, and because of this simple math, every single participant's card is going to be completely unique. You are literally crafting your own personal historical adventure.
And this brilliantly illustrates the core of the project, the actual red, white, and you bingo card. The classic grid layout is totally blank. As you complete an activity from that master list of 75, you simply write its corresponding number directly onto your card. And you can place those numbers anywhere you want on the grid. It's wonderfully tactile, and it provides this real, satisfying sense of progression as you fill in those empty squares with your accomplishments.
Because of this blank canvas approach, you really get to choose your own path. You can start anywhere. There's absolutely no rigid chronological order that you have to follow. If you want to start by exploring something locally in town, you can. But if you'd rather start at home on your couch, you can totally do that too. Each activity is carefully designed for a different place and a totally different kind of experience, giving you complete autonomy over exactly how you engage with the America 250 celebration.
So, let's look at the different categories of activities you can actually choose from, starting with the community activities. This category is all about getting out into Springville. You can check off numbers on your bingo card by visiting vital community hubs like the Springville Library, the Museum of Art, or by paying your respects at the Veterans Memorial. You can even participate during the local Art City Days events. The entire goal of these specific activities is to discover what life was like here in the past, and more importantly, to figure out exactly how your own personal story connects to this broader local history.
Now, if you want to dig a little deeper into your lineage, you can choose from the FamilySearch Center activities. This is a guided, supported experience. At the center, you can explore your family tree, map out exactly where your ancestors lived, and uncover stories you may have never heard before. And the absolute best part is that you aren't doing it alone. There are expert helpers available right there to guide you every single step of the way, making sure you don't hit one of those frustrating dead ends in your research.
But hey, maybe you prefer a more private, comfortable setting. That brings us to the at-home family activities. These are tasks you can do right in your living room, working together as a family. You could spend an evening adding old photos and stories to a digital archive. You can spend time intentionally learning about your parents and grandparents, or simply take the time to organize the documents and memories you've already found. This category is really where family history stops being just research and becomes something you actively build together as a family unit.
And we absolutely cannot forget the younger generation. The initiative includes dedicated kid and family activities. These are wonderful because they make history tactile and fun for children. Kids can check off boxes by interviewing a grandparent, sitting down to draw or write out a family story they just learned about, or even playing specific family history games. And according to the organizers, these shared, multi-generational moments, they often become the absolute most meaningful memories of the entire experience. Finally, for those who want to take all this raw data they've collected and really polish it, there are library classes and guided experiences. The library offers classes that teach you how to turn your fragmented discoveries into compelling, cohesive stories. You can learn how to create videos, record podcasts, or build presentations. They even offer guidance on how to use simple AI tools to help bring your family story to life in a modern format.
Now, what's really interesting about this approach is how carefully the organizers treat those modern formats. They draw a very clear line regarding AI's role versus your story's foundation. They completely acknowledge that AI is a fantastic tool. It can help organize your notes and help present your story smoothly. But they really emphasize that your story's foundation has to be built on real people and real facts. The guideline is simple and profound. Use AI carefully to assist, but never, ever to replace the actual truth of your history.
So, stepping back from the mechanics for a second, why does any of this actually matter? The source material breaks it down into 3 core takeaways. First, when we learn about our families, we feel more connected to each other and to our community. Second, we fundamentally understand where we come from, which grounds us. And third, and perhaps most importantly for the America 250 celebration, we begin to see how ordinary people helped build something much, much bigger than themselves.
And all of this incredible discovery culminates in a massive community celebration. Once you have filled out your 25 spots, you are warmly invited to the big event at the Springville Public Library on July 1st at 6 p.m. It is designed to be a joyous wrap-up featuring prizes, lots of fun, and an open invitation for all friends and family to gather and celebrate the amazing stories they've uncovered together.
The crucial point to remember is this: looking at a community-wide event can sometimes feel like a little bit of pressure. But the organizers want to be absolutely clear. You do not have to do everything. Just pick a few activities. Start wherever you feel comfortable. The entire goal is just to try something new and to discover something meaningful to you. It's a warm, open invitation. It is definitely not a homework assignment.
Which brings us to our final takeaway. Your story is part of America's story. This initiative is such a beautiful reminder that history isn't just about famous figures and textbooks. It is built by the everyday lives of our parents, our grandparents, and our ancestors. The Red, White, and You Bingo project in Springville is a highly effective template for how communities can make history personal, active, and unifying. So as we close out this explainer, I'll leave you with this to consider. If you were given a blank bingo card today, which piece of your own family's history would you choose to go uncover first?